I'm now live. Hello. Hope you can all hear me. Just do a quick sound check. Can you hear me, anybody? Is everything all right? Before I actually get started. Richard's just checking. Keyframe too low, as always. Never mind, we'll sort that out. I presume everyone can hear me okay?
Yeah.
So just checking with Richard. Yeah, we all good? Yeah, right, we're all good. Hello, Paul. How are you, my lovely? Hope you're all well. I hope everybody is okay. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, there's a few things that I need to talk about. One of them is the investigations that myself and Sally have recently done, the places where we have gone, and between science and the paranormal. Now, first things first, I will go on and say about the investigation I did at a little village church a few weeks ago. That will be going up next weekend, and that is really, really good. It's very interesting to watch because you consider, let me put this straight, when you go to a church or a graveyard, the graveyard's quiet unless you've got people visiting or whatever. And the second one is when a church is open, you go in there and it is eerily, eerily quiet. It's so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Now, I went to this church and originally I didn't think the door was open, but Richard, being Richard, he opened the door because it was open. And as soon as I walked through that door, my God, the energy, the heaviness, the offishness of it, it was horrible. So I said to Richard, I said, I don't particularly like it here. It's got a very heavy feel. Because when we go into churches to have a visit, right, you normally, they're quiet places anyway, and they are cold, and they're very still, and the slightest noise you can hear. But this, when I walked through that door, my God, the heaviness and the offishness of that church. And as soon as I walked in there and I started to walk around with the camera showing bits and pieces, I immediately felt something was with us. And you'll see it on the video. Now, I am absolutely bloody gobsmacked. And when you see this video, which goes out next weekend, I want you to actually comment on it. Don't just watch it. Please comment on this one because I want you to explain something. And this is what's tallying in with what I'm going to be talking about with paranormal and science. So there I am in the church doing what I'm doing. No electricity in the church because it was a church that had heating pipes and everything, but the heating wasn't on. And it's cold anyway in the church because they don't have the heating on there all the time. And I had the K2 on top of a piano. Now, it was up against the brick wall. There was no pipes. There was no plug sockets near it. I weren't even near it. And my God, the K2 was going absolutely mental. So I thought, right, okay, we'll try and debunk that. I'll move it. So, as most churches, this church anyway, has got like a coffin trolley, which obviously in years gone by, they used to have a cart that you used to put the coffin on. And I put the camera on there. Now explain this. You physically see me standing in front of the camera, both hands, K2 in one, and the tablet in the other. Okay. I put the K2 down on the chair and the camera moves. Like it did at the church that I did at Cretan. The camera moved. But you can physically see my hands are nowhere near it. I'm not even standing near it, nothing. And after that, things started to get a little bit bum twitchy, because we were walking around and obviously church floor, it's concrete, it's all like that. But then I had a thud. Anyway, we found a trap door. Now, me being a bit of a wuss, I was like, no, not opening it because I'm scared of spiders. And I thought, what happens if there's spiders come out there? No way. Richard opened it, and I think it was a burial site under the church, because when Richard lifted the lid up, there was a cross, and it just looked like either a place where someone's ashes were interned or they were buried underneath it. And after that, or a small, yeah, like Richard said, a small casket or something like that.
No, a cast door.
Oh, a cast door. Sorry, I do apologise. And Paul says hi.
Oh, sorry.
So that was really, really freaky. And soon as that Richard opened that door, my God, the cold draft just like hit me. Here's Trouble to come and say hello. She's making some clay figures.
Hi. They're actually earrings.
Oh, she's making some earrings. Okay, look.
I'm gonna be careful. Look at your little smiley face.
Go on then.
Oh, sorry,
Go.
I'm gonna shut up.
But where was I? Yeah, anyway, Richard lifted this door up, and the cold draft just came straight through me, and I felt awfully, awfully cold. Now, you've got to understand, obviously, if it is a storage room, floor, whatever, you're going to get cold because there's cold air trapped in there. So you're going to get it. But it really freaked me out because it felt like physically something just like whoosh straight in me. And anyway, so we've done that. And we started to walk around, and then I'm not going to give too much away because it's really interesting to watch. Anyway, something, whether or not I unleashed something, it's not negative, it weren't bad, it was a bit sinister. It obviously didn't like me, and I just didn't like it, but I thought, I'm going to stand my ground, I'm not going to let it bother me. And it came through, I will scare you. I was like, well, go on then, bring it on, do what you want, throw things, push me, do whatever. After that, I heard a horrible moaning. And when I do the walk round of the grounds of the churchyard, if you listen carefully, you will hear like something is following me, growling. Now, Richard was out in the car, he was piddling about with other camera stuff and everything. So that was really interesting, and I'm glad I did that. Now, the second thing, which was an absolute brilliant time, absolutely fantastic investigation, was when me and Sally went to Baggots Castle. Now, for those who are not familiar with Baggots Castle, it is in Baggington in Coventry, and it is castle ruins and manor house stroke banqueting hall stroke kitchenny house, dwelling house, whatever. Anyway, flicking through, the reason how we come across this was doing research, flicking through research, and I came across it, and I'm absolutely in awe of the lady who gave us permission to do so, because I reached out just as an email and just said, look, explained who I was, what I was doing, and would she be so kind in letting us do a investigation there. Now, I thought she'd just say, no, not interested, don't want to know anything, it's fine. No, totally the opposite. She was absolutely over the moon about us doing it. And she said, yeah, when would you like to do it? And I said, well, within school hours, because obviously I have to do my investigations while Ree's at school, unless someone can look after Reese. And she says, oh, I thought you were doing it at night. I said, well, I can do an investigation at night if you want me to. And she said, yeah, that'd be fine, no problem. So we were back and forth emailing each other and everything. And bless her, she lost her husband, and he was the custodian And when we were doing the investigation, she started to get a little bit upset, and she says, you know, this was his place, this was David's place, he really liked it. Yeah, and I said, okay, well, you know, we'll see what we can find. And I said, just out of curiosity, have you had any investigators here? And she says, for the years that I've been here and looking after the place, she says, I've never ever had anyone come forward and say about paranormal investigations. And she was really, really interested in about it. And she says, you know, I'm going to let you in and I'll lock the gate behind you. So when you finish, just give me a ring and let me know and I'll come and let you out and whatnot. So me being me, we were passing, and obviously I asked the new recruit, Sally, I asked her to join me and she jumped at the chance. So I thought, right, me and Sally doing this investigation, it will be experience for her. It will be, oh, they're pretty. Look, I don't know whether you can see all of those.
No. There we go. There's
well,
like one smiley face, two
okay,
avocados.
well,
Delicious.
go on. That's fine. Lovely. You just do that quietly.
I'm finished.
Sorry about that. But yeah, we did this castle and we got some really, really good responses through. And obviously, I still do my card readings. And she's kindly asked if I would do her a reading for her, which I will. And she was also looking to try to find people that would help volunteer. Paul says hi.
Hello.
She says hello. And she was looking for volunteers. So I'm in the process at the moment of emailing her and asking her what she'd like volunteer and help with. And I think she's got some admin work for me to do. But she's just looking for volunteers that can go and keep an eye on the place, you know, open it up. But because it's not open, that's another thing as well. The castle isn't open until April through to October. But obviously she gave us kind permission to go in and do it. So that was really good. And like I say, we got some really good results. We had, like I say, I'm not giving away too much because I don't want to spoil it. But the Baggett family, we got come through and we got the custodian, David. And there's a little area in there that I had to recreate. And basically, I was being recreative and I was pretending to be a little piggy going through a pigsty. So you'll see that on the video. And again, if you can comment on that and just, you know, let me know your thoughts, because on all our videos, I really do like to know your opinions, your thoughts. If you've got any criticism, bring it on. You know, I'll argue it back if I don't think it's right. Another thing people have said to me, why do you not disclose where you are? Well, from now on, if you want to know where we are, comment, drop me a message, and I will tell you. Because, again, I have had a lot of places that I've thought about going to investigate, and I have found them out. But a lot of these other investigators, they do not like you knowing where they are. And it's like these urbexes, they don't like telling you where these places are because they're the ones that break in, they're the ones that trespass, and they're the ones that know. But I've got one up on them. I've actually found an app that gives me the exact location to these abandoned places that these urbexes do. No, not yet, Ree.
No, to my device.
Yes, Ree.
Alright, I need your.
Gosh, she never shuts up though.
Yeah, I never.
Right, just get on and do it.
Got me.
Sorry, guys. I've had a horrible weekend with her. She's been really horrible. But so what was I saying? Oh yeah, about I can't think what I was saying about the castle. Yeah, the castle. That was it. No, these urbexes. That's it. It's Sunday. It's one of those days. So yeah, these urbexes, you know, they break into these places, and you know, I have now still undecisive whether to go in it and actually go into these places or not. I haven't decided yet. I know these urbexes go in to look around these places, and yes, okay, they are probably not haunted. They're just probably abandoned, unused, stuff like that. But there's always a possibility, because you don't know, wherever you're going to locate and you're going to investigate, you don't know where or the history about that place. What was there before that? Who was there? Who lived in the house? What kind of life they lived? Yes, if you go into some houses, abandoned houses, you know, you'll probably see the furniture, you'll see ornaments, you'll see the clothes and everything. But I wouldn't go through their belongings, because that belonged to them. And you can gather up a story and sort of like get into the mind of what these people were or how they were when they were alive. So I'm doing a lot more researching now, in not only to like the paranormal, the investigations, but I'm starting to restudy again about demonology, and things that surround that. But one thing, let me have a breather for a minute. Hold on. Right. One thing that I did put up on YouTube is that if you did see it, about the science and the paranormal, how can science decipher paranormal? I don't know, and I'm following up on this program. It is on YouTube, it's on the channel. So, and basically, I watched it and it got me thinking, science and the paranormal, they're sort of like the devil and the angel, if you want to say that. Spirits. Why are spirits on this earth? How can they communicate? In what way do they communicate? Yes, we all know they have energies and everything, but where do they get that energy from? And this is what they're trying to decipher. What is science? What is physically scientific to say that that spirit can communicate? Now, my theory, obviously, the way I've been looking at and researching and doing further, investigations, is that if you are this is only what I've picked up on from watching the program and the follow up to the programs. If you've got a spirit or a person when they were alive that was very active, very on the ball all the time, you know, always on the go, very chatty, very outgoing, very loud, you know, they've got all that energy, and obviously because they've passed away, they've obviously stored that. And this is what one of the scientists was saying, that these people, if you've got someone that was very lonely, very solitary, very not one with people, you know, are they the spirits that haven't got enough energy to communicate, and that's why they need energy? But then you've got, like I say, the ones that are really outgoing, the ones that are bubbly, that are always on the go. It's like when you've crossed over or when you've died, according to this psychologist and this scientific person, all that energy is still stored up within that person. So, you know, the only way they can release it is when you communicate with it. You know, they've got to get it out. Is this why the spirits have so much energy? And some spirits are more talkative and more, you know, forthcoming rather than the ones that aren't. So, you know, how can science prove that? And this is what this program's about, is what sort of scientific evidence can we prove to say that the spirits with the energy and stuff like that? And another one as well, it just got to the point where I even said to Richard, I was like, what the hell are they on about? It was confusing. It screwed my brain up. It really did. If you've got someone who has been terminally ill, or if they've got dementia, or they've died of Alzheimer's, or they've had a trauma, or something like that, where they can't physically do anything, apparently, not only have I heard this from mediums as well, but if you've got someone who, say for existence, didn't talk, didn't walk, couldn't communicate, have got no physical mobility, then, you know, once they've crossed over, apparently all of that's gone. You know, you're not ill anymore, you're not poorly, you can talk, you can walk, you can do all sorts. And this has got me bamboozled, because nobody really knows the science behind spirits, spectres, astral beings, ghosts, spookies, whatever you want to call them. And it's really, really interesting, because, you know, and how can the equipment be manipulative by spirits? Now, they're not saying that spirits don't exist. Don't get me wrong. They're not saying that at all. But there's some people out there that are just trying to significantly try and find the reason behind these things. And why are spirits on this earth? What is their meaning of them being on this earth? What? Why are they on the earth? Yes, Ree. Why are they on the earth? There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, is there such thing as hell on earth? Is that their final resting place? So these are things that I want to look into and research. Obviously, the weather's pretty shite at the moment, so we've not been able to get out, but I have got investigations ready to go out over the weekend. We will be doing more investigations, me and Sally, at some point. Paul, obviously, I know he's listening and he's watching, but bless him, he's done really well going out on investigations, because obviously, those who don't know, but he had his scooter stolen, and obviously it was a bit hard for him, bless him, to do investigations, but he's getting there, he's getting back on it, so that's really good. And his video obviously went up yesterday. So yeah, so bless him, he's doing that, and eventually we will work together. But at the moment, yet again, we've got problems with the car, so I can't really go anywhere too far. But hopefully, as the weather warms up, Rihanna's actually going on a residential trip in February, so I will have 3 nights without her, so it will be good to go and do evening investigations and possibly overnight somewhere. I know we are going to Nottingham, hopefully. I don't know why this computer keeps doing this. We're hopefully going to go to Nottingham for one night, where I'm going to go to another castle ruin, well, church ruins, that is meant to be very, very active indeed. No, she's all right. So yeah, so that's all of that. Like I say, obviously Sally has been doing amazingly. I've not had to really tell her or teach her what to do. She's picked it up brilliantly, you know, so she's now got kit and she's getting the cameras, because I know she likes to go to Wales in the summer, so hopefully she'll be going down there and she will be doing some investigations for me there. So she's doing really well. And from there,
I've got a question. Can I watch the live on YouTube or can I not?
no, I will be putting the live up. I'm doing the live now. So I've got to explain to Ree, bear with me. I'm doing the live now,
Yeah.
and then I will be putting it up on YouTube. So yes, you will be able to watch
Right.
it, okay?
All right. That's fine.
But yeah, so that is that. And obviously I did the cemetery just down the road from me, which was really good. It was bloody cold that day. My hands were absolutely frozen and it took my breath away, but that was good. But yeah, so this weather's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Perfect time for investigations. I don't think so. But yeah, so that's what we've been up to, and that's what's been going on. I have emailed a few more places, and as usual, I'm still waiting for them to get back, but whether they do or not, I will be chasing them up. Obviously, I want to do more locations rather than just churches and graveyards, and obviously I've done a castle. Obviously I will be looking around because most of my days I'm spent weather like
You will not
this.
be using anything of mine again.
It's all right, Ree's being a little sod today. She's getting told off. She's been told off quite a lot. She's making all these clay little jewelry pieces and everything, but the clay is like a air dry clay, so if she leaves it out it will go really hard and it won't be any good. So that's why if you can hear all the rustling and fumbling and shouting, that's why. But yeah, it's been fantastic at the moment. But like I say, this weather, it'll play havoc with the microphones. You won't be able to hear me because it'll be all windy. But I will get out there, and no doubt Paul, bless him, he will go out there as and when he can, which I know he will anyway. Won't you, lovely? And what else can I say? But yeah, this science and the paranormal, I don't know. Can science actually prove things about the paranormal? You know, I don't know. It's got my head screwed. It really has. I don't know. You see, when I go and do investigations, I don't just go there and like, oh, okay, let's look for ghosts, let's search for ghosts so you can communicate, blah, blah, blah. I try and debunk these things. And obviously, you've seen with my videos as well as Paul's, if we do get spirit come through, you know, I try to answer them. I don't ignore them. I don't say, for example, can't get my words out today. Say, for example, I'm using I don't know, the necrometer. If I'm talking or doing an investigation, if a spirit comes through and wants to speak, there's many times where I've just stopped talking because I'm in communication with the spirit. They've obviously got the energy and they want to come forward, so they'd like to be known, they'd like to communicate. So, you know, that's what I like to do. So I could be raveling on, right, I've just got the meter set up, you know, did it, and then I don't know, how are you today comes through. You know, I won't say, well, we'll just finish setting this up and then I'll talk to you, because obviously they want to say something, they want to get something across. So I do like to acknowledge the spirits. You know, it's nice when they come through. If you're talking and it comes through, and you don't know their life story, you don't know what those people are like, you don't know what kind of person they were, and you know, it does get to me sometimes, because I think, you know, bless you, you know, when it comes through I did have one, oh God, ages and ages ago. You know, I didn't have all the equipment like I've got now. I just had the phone. And I came in contact with a lady spirit, and she said, I'm lonely. No one wants to talk to me. And I was like, well, I'm here. I will talk to you. And it was just like she was sat next to me. We had a brilliant conversation. And then she says, please don't leave. And as people who know me personally, I'm an empathist. So I will pick up on emotions. And she just got to me. And once I'd finished, I just burst into tears because she was such a nice lady. But obviously, no one, I don't think she had in her family. You know, I did eventually find her gravestone, and it was just her on her own. You know, I don't think she was married. I don't think she had kids or anything. And, you know, it kind of get to me when, you know, you get a spirit come through that, you know, they're lonely. They want someone to talk to. Can you help? Help me. You know, it gets to me. It really does get to me because obviously we can only help them as best we can of crossing them over. And some of them probably, you know, died in a lot of pain. They were alone. And sometimes the spirits will put that emotion on you, especially me. And I will start feeling all emotional and all upset and everything. And again, this is science. How can spirits do that? What are they actually using or doing to, you know, communicate with you that way?
Go upstairs, charge it upstairs. It doesn't go.
I don't want to be a freaking loner upstairs.
Sorry, Ree's just kicking off. Bear with me.
The answer is no.
Violation.
I don't know what's the matter with her today. She is playing up something chronic. She's probably tired because she's not really sleeping. And obviously, you know, I'm not blaming the autism side, even though she's autistic. I'm not blaming that, but she's not been very nice. We're trying to help her, but she doesn't want it. And so, but anyway, that's just a different thing. But yeah, so don't think I've got anything else to say. But
Little Laurie was saying to you.
if you, that's right, yeah, Richard's just said that about Laurie, the little girl I had follow and attached to me. That was an investigation I did at Market Harborough. And obviously she really did get to me, little Laurie. She was a little darling, she was a little angel, and she was just obviously lost. And yeah, do you know, I've forgotten about that.
Picked up at Clifton Road, and it took me like 2 weeks then to find where she was.
Yeah, I was doing
tunnels.
I was doing an investigation up at Clifton Road, and obviously I had, at the time I didn't know, but I had a little girl come through called Laurie, and I was like, okay, Laurie, and you know, I never thought any more of it, but obviously she followed me and she was attached to me. She didn't cause me any harm. She didn't cause me any problems, you know. I think she just wanted her mum and dad, or her mum anyway. And we were in bed one night. We'd just finished watching a film, and I just broke down in tears, and I said, I want mummy. I want my mummy. Find my mum. Find mummy. And it took Richard a little while to calm me down, and I could physically see her at the bottom of the bed, and she put her arms out to me. She was like, where's mummy? I want mummy. And, you know, that really did upset me. And then I'd actually forgotten about her. It weren't until now that Richard mentioned her. Anyway, we did research. we found her grave, her parents, the family grave, and I said to Laurie, you know, we went there, and I said, look, Laurie, if you're here, you know, Laurie, it's time for you to be with mum and dad now. You know, we found where they are, and hopefully I lit a candle, said a prayer. No, it weren't Clifton Road it was the Clifton Road Cemetery, Paul, that we did the Halloween special one. It weren't the one that you went to. It was where we did the Halloween one. And hopefully I did put her to rest, because I haven't heard anything since or seen anything, and bless her. I still think about her, but you know, it's only until Richard said so that it's come up. And that's another thing as well. I know I'm waffling on, you know, and if you want to tell me to shut up, do so, but I want to talk to you about these guys because I was meant to go live last weekend, but obviously I weren't feeling very well. And how and why do spirits follow us? How and why do they attach themselves to us? What is it that makes them do that? You know, have we got some sort of our own magnet? This bloody computer. Have we got our own magnetic field that attracts spirits? Or can they just latch on if you want? You know, yeah. Can they latch onto us? Can they latch onto us? Why do they attach themselves to us? Why do spirits attach themselves? What is their purpose for doing so? So, sorry, I don't normally vape when I'm going live. But anyway, so yeah, what kind of things, ghosts, why do they attach themselves to us? Why, you know, what's the reason for it, and how can science prove that this is the case? Now, there's another program that I started to watch and I found it quite interesting. It's on BBC, I think it's BBC 2 or BBC 4, and it's called Uncanny, and it's all about ghost stories and people seeing things and having their own experiences, which that was really good. And I'm a really bit annoyed now the Traitors have finished. You know, if any of you have watched it, it's brilliant. I have actually applied to go onto the Traitors. I sent, they did bbc.co.uk/take part and anything. So I sent name and email off. Or applications for that are still open until August. And then obviously, I don't know, you know, it'd be great if I could get picked, because I'd make a brilliant traitor. I'd love it. I really would. And I've been really hooked on this series. So, you know, you never know. I might be on series 4. That would be funny though, wouldn't it? And to be honest, I don't think I could be a traitor because I can't keep secrets. I can't lie. I can't. Well, I think I would if I had to. I'd give it away. I'd give the game away. But it'd be fun to see. But yeah, so that is what that's what we've talked about today. So obviously, if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, you know, then please do so. We're always here and whatnot. So I'm going to end it there, because why has it gone off? Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's that. I've lost what I was going to say, but anyway, that was just a quick catch up and to see and to let you know, guys, what was going on and what we're doing and what we're hopefully going to be doing in the future. So with that being said, yes, we will talk later. with that being said, on that note, please stay safe in this weather. Please take care whatever you're doing. If you're driving or going out, please stay safe. Keep an eye on each other. And, a new video dropping next week will be that little village church. If you want to know where that is, drop me a message. I will tell you. And then the following week is the castle with me and Sally. So on that note, guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And as always, stay safe. Happy hunting. And I will see and speak to you all again soon. So on that note, until the next time, stay safe. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Right.